don't care what any baby mama say. Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex. And this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife. You hear me? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I went through the whole pregnancy by myself. Ain't nobody going me to no appointments, no baby shower, no gender reveal. When my water broke, I got us to the hospital and from the hospital. And I can go on and on about my baby daddy. F my baby dad. F my baby dad. But I slept with him. So what kind of woman did that make me? A crazy motherfucker. Okay? You way too beautiful, way too smart, way too intelligent to be going through something like that. So live your soft girl life. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you too good to be a baby mama. You right. Because us strong black women not strong because we choose to be. We strong because we have to be.
Let me tell you something, child. I don't know how women do it. I don't know how they go to work and, you know, having to be a full-time parent, dealing with a narcissist baby daddy, or just dealing with a baby daddy that's not present. I don't understand why any woman will voluntarily take that up for the rest of her life. And a lot of times these men, they show you who they are. They show you that they're not dependable, that you can't rely on them when your car breaks down. You can't rely on them for bills. You can't rely on them emotionally. And you still lay down with this person without no birth control, no condoms, no patches on your arm, no sort of way to protect yourself from pregnancy. And then you get pregnant thinking that this man is going to do a 360. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Anyways, let's keep watching. I have so much more to say.
Ladies, do you realize that most of these men get us pregnant simply to turn us into permanent side chicks? You shouldn't be proud to be a baby mother. Really, like, why does our community glorify being a baby mother? We're starting to realize that men do not want to be fathers. The only reason they get us pregnant is to trap us and control us and to slow us down so that they can stay on top of us. And they want to make us permanent side chicks. They feel like once we have their child that we are in debt to sleep with them for the rest of our lives. Being a baby mother is whack. I don't even want to be called a baby mother. I just hate the sound of it. I hate the title. Like, it's so corny to be a fucking baby mother or to have a man address you as his baby mother. Can we cancel that shit?
Interesting that she brings up being a permanent side chick, right? Because I remember this conversation that I had with this guy a while ago, and he was saying how he wanted to have a family in a year. So I told him, well, you have an issue with being reliable and consistent. How are you going to handle that task? So he says to me, well, I don't need to be in a relationship in order to have a child, you know? He basically is saying, okay, I just want to start young. I just want to have the kids. Like, the relationship is really just the afterthought, right? So a lot of men, they just want the kids. And a lot of times that doesn't mean that they'll be present fathers. It's just to say that they're a father, right? They honestly think procreation is the top tier thing that they can do in this life. You know, that's what makes them successful. Not creating a corporation that impacts the whole world for the better, not bettering nature, not creating something that transcends time, but really their only testament of being a successful man is procreating. And he says to me, well, you know, the only value a woman has is to have children, right? So I'll leave that there. You know, I'm sure you're just scrambling to write down something into the comments because, anyways, let's keep watching.
Baby mama culture in the black community. The most toxic thing I've ever seen. Someone had to say it. He literally will glamorize the lifestyles of baby mamas, of rappers, or successful men as if that's something to glamorize. If behind closed doors, everything is pretty. There's nothing glamorous about being publicly disrespected time and time again. And then to make it even worse, they treat these men who disrespect and cheat on women like a tradition as the prize. No one is winning because that man needs to be alone, or he needs to understand the value of women, because clearly he doesn't understand it. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't talk about how this adversely affects the Black community as a whole. 70% of Black children are being born outside of marriages. This is one of the biggest problems why Black people cannot build economic wealth. Having a child when you already don't have economic wealth just compounds your poverty, pretty much bringing children into a world of struggle.
It's too many baby mamas and not enough wives. Yeah. Too many baby showers, not enough weddings. Okay? Ladies, I'm gonna need y'all to stand up and put your foot down to these men. Stop letting them trap you. And for everybody that's like, oh, marriage is too much of a commitment. Marriage is too serious. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What do you think a baby is?
I can never understand for the life of me why people say marriage is so serious, especially men. They'll say that, right? How is having a child with someone not one of the most serious commitments that you can have in your life? Like you're connected to this person from a biological standpoint, a spiritual standpoint, an emotional standpoint for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying to you? That doesn't even make sense to me. And I feel like a lot of times these guys, they just want to have kids so you can be attached to them, right? Not because they see you as this great woman and they're ready to settle down and being in a loving relationship. They're just ready for a kid, or just to say they have a kid or they got a baby mother. That's just what it is. They just want to be attached to you, right? And a lot of them don't have any control over their semen, so they don't really care really who it goes to or if you get knocked up, you know? It's all on you now. So I'm saying, is that the life that you want for yourself? Do you want a struggle love life with children? Do you want to repeat your grandparents' mistakes once again? Why? Why, when you see the world is literally losing water, you have countries arguing, you have the economy is just falling right before our eyes. Our politicians are freaking losing their minds, right? Why would you want to bring a child into a world with no man present? Uh, uh, you got no village. You got no village. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody putting out 5 bands for you. Nobody's doing it. Why do you want that life for yourself, mama? Please. Please, mama. Please explain it to me, mama. Why do you want this? I can't understand. Please. And even if you tell me an explanation, I'm still coming for your neck. I'm still coming for your neck. Stop it. I want to jump through this device and just hurt you. Like, stop. Please, y'all, stop. They don't want your babies. They don't like your eggs. They don't really like you that much. After a man nut, he comes to his senses. He don't like you. Some of them, they even get disgusted with you after they nut. You ever seen a man nut and then you could just feel the whole energy of the room just change? He don't fuck, girl. He don't mess with you like that. Anyways, let's girl, tough love is love, baby. Somebody got to give it to you. Let's bring Shane back.
You are tied to this person for the rest of your life through a child. Let's turn this on, okay?
Because a lot of the men these women are being baby mamas for, they themselves will not allow their own daughters to be somebody else's baby mama. But they have made you one. I'm seeing too many people be comfortable being baby mamas. I heard one girl say, and she was being interviewed, and she was talking about how her and her partner planned to have a child before marriage. What is that? We have now reached the bikini bottom of society to whereby you have to fight somebody to convince them that having a child in marriage makes sense. Like, you have to fight people on the internet. People are talking about, oh, you can't judge, it's not your life. No, no, no. Let's bring back judgment. Let's bring back critical thinking and judgment, because a lot of you like to use this, oh, you can't judge, oh, you don't know people's lives. We don't need to know people's lives. 1 + 1 is 2, baby. If you're going to be bringing a child into the world, why would you do that to them? Like, why would you bring a child into the world for them to be telling people, oh, mommy and daddy are boyfriend and girlfriend? Are you not embarrassed? Like, your child is gonna be embarrassed. Like, they're gonna come to know sooner or later that the math ain't mathing on that family structure. It's definitely not okay. Glamorizing baby mama culture is so foolish. If you are a baby mama, go ask your baby dad what his thoughts would be if his daughter would be a baby mama, and if he would encourage her to go down that route that he encouraged you to. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Ladies, I'm gonna need you to have some more dignity than you have and not agree to the nonsense and the lies that you're being told and sold, because it's just gonna have you embarrassed. And it's too much of it. I'm seeing too many interviews where people talking about, oh, we plan to have a child outside of wedlock. What?
Then GF and BF.
A lot of women are being manipulated. And I'm going to tell you a story about my ex-boyfriend that's a great example of this. My ex-boyfriend and I dated for 2 years and a month. That's important to the story because I have a very strict boundary. If we've been dating for 2 years and I don't feel like we're going to get engaged or get married and our relationship's not tracking in that direction, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. So obviously when we first started dating, we would frequently talk about marriage. That's normal. By the end of our relationship, he would try to have conversations with me all the time about how there was no need for us to get married. And again, it's important to note that this was towards the end of our relationship. I would never have put that much time into a person who wasn't aligned in their goals the same as I was. He would try to tell me all the time that I didn't really want to be married. I only wanted to get married because society told me that's what I wanted. And the government is going to be all up in our business. And I was being brainwashed and being told that I wanted to be married when I didn't want to. And he would still give me all the things that came with marriage. And we could still have kids, and he would buy a house, and we have some dogs, and live happily ever after. He just didn't want to get married. So I would explain to him, like, no, marriage is a non-negotiable for me. And you knew this because we've been dating for 2 years. And again, he would just try to convince me, what? You're telling me that you won't be with me for the rest of your life, all because of a piece of paper, when I tell you I'm going to do everything for you and I'm going to do right by you, I'm going to take care of you. And I said, yes. So eventually we break up, and he tries to convince me over and over again that we should get back together and marriage is not that important and blah, blah, blah. You know the story. And so finally I told him, you're wasting all of your time and your energy trying to convince me that I don't want something that I know that I want, when it would be way easier for you to go and find a woman who's more aligned with what you want, who doesn't want to be married. Like,
Y'all, they're mowing the lawn in the back, but I noticed that a lot of times men, they're not aligned with your morals and values and standards, right? So instead of them going out in the world and finding a woman that's okay with what they have to bring to the table, they will try to make you change and conform to them. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why don't you just want to find the person that agrees with you and stop trying to hassle this person and make them believe you're bullcrap? Why do you do that? Why? I just, like, please, if you're a man, please let me know that. Why do y'all uh bash a woman for her lifestyle, her wants, the things that she wants in life, and she's saying, hey, she wants a full uh provider, and then you're gonna tell her no, you should want this and you should be okay with the scraps that I give you. No, she's telling you the standard. Go find a woman that works full time and she only needs you to buy some groceries, right? Or she barely asks for anything. You just give her what you want. Go find that woman. Why do you want women to conform to you, to drop the life that they want to live or they've been living so they can please you? Nobody's lowering their standards for you so you could have an easier time catching your prey. No, we're not doing that. Anyways, y'all, subscribe and like if you want to hear more of my ranting. And please tell me, why did you become a baby mother? Huh? And how is that working out for you? And do you regret it? And why do you regret it? Okay.